Why is the corruption a problem? It will continue a never-ending cycle. Versions of the Gilded will forever be stuck. See, that was a lore bit. Nice bit of lore. But for lore reasons, we're gonna say the warden that I had by my portal in the Nether is dead. But in actuality, he's chilling here. I've been working on spreading the skulk around this area. It's my bed I keep respawning at. Moved him with Crypt, Kryptonian as they go. That's a channel name right now. Yeah, this guy was a lot easier to move than we thought. Look at him go, getting all angry at the creepers. Yeah, it's when I made a long bridge over and put him down. The most annoying part is actually spreading the skulk, to be honest. It's yeah, child. Safe from the child. Get back here, child. Die. Yeah. Yeah. I can't hit the child. I don't want to pay child support. Yeah. I can't even. Blah. There we are. Can hit the child now. Remember, viewers, child abuse is not okay. Unless it's in Minecraft, then kill that child. I shouldn't put that on. It's okay, that's going on the internet. Alright. Hello. I did not plan for this to be in this episode. But this kind of works because I run out of time. Well, not run out, I had too little time. I had like 4 minutes of a video. Anyway, Nomad has called a meeting with the other people that have the book. So if you couldn't tell, we've already done this, but I'm gonna put it in. So I'm pretend I'm going to the meeting now. No, I'm kidding. This is what happened. It was pretty tricky because I'm sort of a bit of a double agent in the fact that I don't want the cycle to stop, not in the sense that I want to be trapped. It's just the fact that I've become incredibly loyal to the Keeper, and well, the Lawkeeper is attempting to tell us how to break the cycle. So yeah, throughout it I was decently quiet, but that's mostly because I'm trying to think of how I can push the others away from finding the truth. I don't think I'll succeed. I don't think I did succeed. This is not me talking, this is other me talking, but yeah, this is the meeting between Sylvian, Cowboy, and Wanderer, and the Eternal. Otherwise, Benji, Crypt, Nomad, me.
Wee.
Oh, this area? Whee! Yeah, this area is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rip just comes crashing to the ground.
Because I changed too soon.
Yeah, I know. I heard. All right, is everybody good?
Yup.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I called you here today to talk about the book and your questions. 'Cause it did say, I'm assuming, you know, you're the cowboy, you're the Sylvan, you're the
Wait,
Eternal.
journal.
Mhm.
Yes.
And you'd be the Wanderer.
Yes. So,
Wait, that's my journal.
Oh, well done.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
/ ban crypt.
All right, disconnect.
I guess we can just go through them one by one. I will start then, because I feel like mine are the shortest. They're all very vague, so. My first question was, are you a part of this world? And the answer was, no, not this one. My world, my story has ended. Actually, that was my second question. My bad. My real first question
Bruh.
was, are you the keeper or related to the keeper? Because they had that lore keeper name, right?
Yeah.
And their
Yeah.
answer was yes and no. This keeper I am not related to, nor am them. However, perhaps in another world we are. So that's why I asked, are you a part of this one? No. And then I asked, is there a version of you in this world? I'm sure you're all wondering about that one. And the
Yep.
answer was yes. And you may know them as the Scholar.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Ooh.
interesting.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Which 2 of you know that person very well. So
Hmm.
I don't know if you all want to do a little digging and maybe find out if they know anything at all. But
Maybe.
maybe.
How should we approach it? Should we just ask them outright, or
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this information shouldn't be just kept in the dark.
Or maybe it should, just in case the keeper does learn about it.
Well, if the keeper was
And-
to learn about it, they'd already know about it, I would think.
yeah, to be fair, they do have a sense of knowing stuff.
Yeah. Whatever this lore keeper is that we're talking to has obviously been keeping it very much under wraps. Maybe has some sort of protection or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, the keeper, like, he was nice to Bella, but keeper was not nice to most of us.
Nice to Bella.
I don't see what your problem is with him. It's pretty good. Pretty chill.
Yeah, I don't know. He killed me and left me out here and
He teleported us all around the ancient city and
oh,
set wardens on us.
pity.
Fun time.
Yeah, Benji wasn't even there. They got pulled into it.
I did.
Okay.
So who goes next?
Do you want to go in a circle? Bella or Crip? What do you want to use?
All right. I'll go there. My first question was, why were we brought to this land? Because most of us just found our way here. And here. So, in other words, we would have ended up here regardless of anything that happened. I tried asking about the Keeper next, and they said that he was the messenger right hand of the architects, able to go places even they cannot to deliver their desires.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I started asking about the whole corruption thing because I'm still concerned about what's happening here. About how we could fight it. I said each corruption has a counter. Each world is different. We have to find our own.
Mm-hmm.
And then I asked about the werewolf. And it said that the werewolf is another form of corruption in someone's heart. And that's it.
Okay.
So, learned a lot, but got more questions than answers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I I feel like that might be a common theme among our books.
Yeah.
Okay, shall I read my questions?
Yes.
Yes, please.
The first one I have is the skulk spreading through the overworld and nether roof harmful? And the answer I got was yes, the wardens were never enemies, they were simply keeping the horrors of the skulk at bay. Which, very awful. The second question I asked was, what does help dusk mean? And I got, dusk is another version of myself reaching out to be found. And then, why did the architects want us to remove the wardens if the skulk was dangerous? To spread a type of corruption to poison the Gilded? And then I asked, how do we cure the skulk? And I got the same answer as Crypt.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Okay.
At least we know there is a cure. We just need to find it.
So my first question was, why must they leave clues instead of being obvious? And the answer was, they are always watching and listening. They're always twisting the minds as well. Are you sure even I can be trusted?
Perfect.
Well, that's not ominous at all.
The next question, what do you think is the most important for us to know? Be careful who you trust, even yourself may be corrupted already. My third question is, what is their goal? To break the continuous cycle that we are all stuck in. And my final question is why the corruption is a problem. It will continue a never-ending cycle. Versions of the Gilded will forever be stuck.
Interesting.
Wish I had a whiteboard.
Honestly, happy we did.
Yeah, I need a
I'm
board and
honestly happy
string
we
and
didn't ask the same
thumbtacks.
question. I was kind of worried about that.
Hmm. So, if the scholar is the lore keeper, and the keeper is also a lore keeper, and the dusk is also a lore keeper,
Right.
and the gilded are stuck continuously, how many versions of ourselves are out there? If there's so many versions of the scholar, could there be tons of versions of ourselves?
That will get so confusing so fast if we ever met them.
Yeah, but the only one that exists on our whatever the heck this is the keeper.
Right, because
And
none of us remember the other
right,
versions, if there are any.
right. I mean, none of us have any weird memories.
Not that I'm aware of. Why did you look at me when you said that?
Well, you've confessed to having weird dreams.
Yeah.
I'm unsure
Well,
if seeing weird beings would count as memories.
Right.
They seem to go by an
I
acronym.
have blacked
Can't
out
figure that out.
one time.
Hmm.
It was after we found the sword in the temple.
Hmm.
I was flying through the roof. Next thing I knew, I was in front of Shay's house, and then he came up behind me. I didn't know what was going on at the time.
Hmm.
I didn't say anything because I was kind of freaking out about it.
Yeah. And
But
the
that's the only thing I
keeper
could think
doesn't
of.
really
So,
exist with us either. Like, he's not hittable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just pops in and out.
Just disappears and
Well, the
reappears.
architects can't be all powerful if they require the keeper to do the handiwork.
Right.
So,
Or there's rules they have to obey.
What if, since we're talking about multiple versions, We are the architects.
I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that.
And that's the reason why we can't exist together. And that's the reason why the keeper can't exist with us.
Right.
Wait, so if the
Can
keeper
I
doesn't
read your
belong,
book really
then
quick,
is
Nomad?
there a version of the
Yes.
keeper among us?
Yeah, that would make sense. If there's a law keeper, then there should be a keeper among us.
Yeah, it's the scholar.
No,
You said the scholar was the lore keeper,
not the
but
keeper
I was saying
keeper.
since the keeper can't exist alongside us, is there one of us that is a keeper?
Like the architect's keeper. Not law keeper keeper.
Yes, but the question was, are you the keeper or related? And the answer was perhaps in another world. Yes.
So the law keeper
Oh.
could be the keeper, but could also not be the keeper. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's why we need a board.
I swear we're going to come back. There's going to be a conspiracy room somewhere.
It seems like the lore keeper or versions of the lore keeper are the ones that are able to be like influence the rest of us a little bit more, because there's a dusk that's also the lore keeper technically, because your question was who is
Yeah.
dusk, and they answered another version of themselves,
Yeah.
and the keeper is apparently possibly another version of themselves.
And we got quite a few different forms of corruption. The skulk, the diorite, the nature one that we were warned about for Benji,
Mhm.
and the werewolf.
Mm-hmm. And whatever's going on with Shay as well.
Oh yeah, the ocean
I
stuff.
kind of assumed Shay's was the skulk, because didn't you say they found a skulk crystal?
Well, the skulk
Or is it something else?
seems kind of like a catalyst to trigger some form of corruption, you know.
Okay, I was just assuming what was. It's good to have some clarification. Sorry.
No,
can we
it's fine.
trust
You don't
all
know the whole
three of
stuff with
us?
the dogs because my dog, the black one, was very aggressive in the beginning. And he was accompanied by like a skulk crystal. So I'm just going off of that assumption, which is something you didn't know about.
I think we should keep this information tight because my questions, especially about the, well, they all kind of hint to possibly being corrupted in our minds. So if we spread this information too fast, who knows if it could get back to the keeper or the architects for this in this timeline.
Here's a dumb question to make your brain hurt some more.
No.
If you're talking about keeping it tight, if all of this happened before, if we're stuck in some sort of loop, wouldn't we know already what's going on?
Unless it doesn't work like that.
Yeah,
Maybe with a loop, we're just new versions of ourselves. No memories.
right.
There's many different paradoxes, so if we already know, then
Paradoxes.
it should have technically ended. But if we God damn
Oh, God.
paradoxes.
Wait, should we ask what was the first that caused it?
Well, one of us can ask because we asked the same question last and we got the same answer. So
Yeah.
Well, we didn't ask the same. Oh, and now it's raining. We didn't ask the same question. It was we just got the same
Yeah.
answer.
as
Do
if
we have
asked
any
the
evidence
same
to
thing.
support this? Because we're
No,
all
of course not. Well,
Yeah,
wait, we
okay.
have some evidence. We have
a
some of the
book,
questions.
but like nothing else to support it.
No.
But if we could find out about the first one, that the first loop that caused all this, maybe we could find out what caused it and how to stop it.
Didn't it say
Or
each
maybe
loop
we
has an
asked this
individual
already.
trigger?
Yeah, but I
you're
think
the one
Crip's
Yeah,
with
but
talking
that's
Vicky,
about the
right?
very, very, very first one, right?
Yep.
Who knows if this lore keeper
Be-
would even know that answer, though? They could be a loop that's in the middle of the timeline, or, you know.
Or maybe the other version of us have already asked this and got nowhere.
Yeah. Who was the first amongst us?
You to see the keeper, or
To
Well,
be
you saw the
corrupted,
keeper.
to so to speak.
It was either Shay or me.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think Shay was the first one to be corrupted. I was shortly after her. And it was just slow process for me.
Yeah, it's a slow process for her, too. Well, should we decide on what our next question should be, so maybe we could tackle one subject altogether?
Well,
Yeah, that
I'm
might be a good
asking how we
idea.
can trust them. Because without the
Oh.
trust, we can't confirm any of this. They could be leading us away from what we need to do, for all we know. And just pretending to be
True.
the good guy.
I mean,
But how are you gonna confirm the trust?
Well, if they know what's going to happen, they should be able to give us a hint, right?
Mm-hmm. I guess.
depends on how much they could say. Actually, the keeper really likes you. Maybe you can find out more from that angle.
Okay.
What is your next question gonna be, Benji?
I had it written as, how do we find dusk? I don't know how useful that will be now that we know
Okay.
we have a lore keeper.
Yeah, but we don't know if they know anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to ask what can they tell us about the first loop?
Okay.
What was the trigger of the first loop, I mean?
Okay.
Because we get an answer on that, it could help narrow it down a little bit.
Maybe.
Maybe. I'll see if I can get in contact with the keeper, but it's kind of like...
Yeah, they're kind of touch and go.
Yeah.
And I think after this question, I might ask where we could find the werewolf, because we could find them, we might get some answers too.
Well, that depends if they're willing to talk. Remember last time?
Yeah. No, I'm saying we find them when they aren't a wolf just to ask about it. Maybe we could figure something out.
Okay, we can try that.
And if they don't want to talk, that's fair. I probably won't get anything.
I'll probably ask a question that's about finding dusk.
Yeah.
Because if we go with that lead and find more information that can confirm the information we're given, maybe.
Should we
Yeah.
plan
Yeah,
for if
so-
we fail this one to try and give us more information earlier for next time? Because if we loop, then we should be able to do the same thing Dusk and Lawkeeper are doing.
Maybe.
Maybe we can ask the lore keeper to give the journal with the questions we already asked.
Yeah.
It will give them the information that we've searched for so far, and it'll help them find more.
I'm kind of hoping that's what the
Although,
dusk stuff might be about. Because they actually managed to make a physical item with a note on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Well, we have... that would technically be evidence. They've managed to bring something in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they can bring other stuff in. I'll try to figure out my question. I'm not really sure how I want to phrase it. But I want to make sure, like, whatever information Benji gets, it'll, like, feed
Be a
onto
little
it.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be different, but just enough to, like, hopefully
Possibly
piece
give
two
you-
things
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Yep. We get information from Dusk. We can find out what happens to First Loot. And we get more information on the Keeper as well. That would be a major win.
Well, good luck with the keeper. How do
Yep.
you know you can
Yeah, he
trust
does
anything
not.
he says?
That's the thing. We don't. Just like how we don't know we could trust anything the Lore Keeper's telling us. We need information to do that.
What are you thinking, Benji?
Mm. I don't know. I think the more information we get, the more we can figure out. So
Right. Yeah. All right. Maybe this next time before we ask a question each, we reconvene after we get these answered and try to attack solidly again, depending on what we get.
mhm.
Yeah.